Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I want to make this video for a succession of videos that I plan to put into this playlist, and we're going to utilize these two from yesterday. And I made a playlist, of course, this morning for it, and now I would like to go ahead and do this one as well. We're going to make sure that you're able to trade this stuff all together like a professional. All right, so I released this information 2 months ago. These will give you turning points, potential locations, as well as time that the market will turn, and whether it's a pullback or a reversal. I'm gonna let you see how all of this work. Here's the trend, and then of course there's that no touch, no close price action method. Now, the reason for the playlist again, I have someone that's trying to copy what it is that I distribute. All right, and now I am the original pioneer professional of this chart scale method, and this individual is absolutely checking all the boxes when it comes to someone knowing that you're not a full-time trader. So I just want you to be careful. Don't fall victim to what it is that they're promoting. I like to thank my newest subscribers, Rohit. Thank you for joining. I hope I'm not messing up your name. Payment again, thank you. You're such a remarkable person for all the comments. I thank you for the likes. Jack, thank you for coming on board. Again, I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you so much. And then I would like to thank all of you guys who have liked the videos. Capon 331, thank you so much. I've seen that you've liked the video several times as well. KJU, again, remarkable individual as well. Dapper Dan, yes, you are very much supportive, and I appreciate you doing so. You guys are absolutely remarkable. I'm gonna just click on this and again say thank you to Leonardo. Thank you. And then there's like 15 others here. Oh man, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna follow you all back. Let me go ahead and do this right now. I hope you guys don't mind. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for the likes, all of you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All the support. Again, we're trying to get this information out as far as we possibly can to those who need it. All right. So I'm glad that you came on board. I'm glad that you're finding the information useful. And again, you may want to go back and take a look at this video because we're going to touch on that just a little bit from where I left off. And again, thank you all for coming on board as well as all of the likes. Now, here's the ES. It made the trend. But it didn't want to make that distance. And I understand why. I did tell you guys on yesterday, this is where they're headed. I told you that. And I believe it was on yesterday as well as in this video that that's where they are potentially headed. All right. So they're going further down, in my opinion. Now, the ES, yes, it's going further down. The NQ, I gave you the projected distance. I thought that yesterday that they were going to do it. You know, it closed beneath this bar's close, but they didn't. They managed to race back up by the end of the day and get right back above that close. So here we are here, and I don't think today going to be that kind of scenario. So they're setting that trend. Here's the trend distance, and I told you yesterday that I suspect that they would blow this. That there's nothing here. All right, I told you yesterday, and I was pointing right to the back of the zone, and I did tell you that after they do so, they may possibly reverse and go back up. They may. I said we'll have to see. All right, but I did tell you that I don't believe that this is going to hold. So even though they rally, and we're going to take a look at that 1 minute to look at this activity as well as some of this, we're going to look at that 1 minute and just put it all together. All right, now here's the hourly. I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes for you guys on TikTok. They're at that zone. And remember, I gave you these zones in that trading and your health video back on 726. We'll take a quick look back there and see where that was at. And that was on this bar. All right, that was on that bar when I told you that they will blow that zone. That's because I saw them come back and close beneath that mid, and I thought that that was the time to go ahead and get it done. But they managed to not make the trend down and just kept with that trend up and rallied up. But remember, I've been calling that reversal, and we're down here, and of course, back through that bottom. Really important stuff. And so I don't think that they're ready to turn just yet now that they've made that trend. But remember, every time they make the trend, they have a tendency to kind of turn around. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Yesterday, I kind of left off right here and I added the indicator so I can put the center on the chart here for you guys so I don't have to draw it as much. But I did, include the lower and the upper part as we move forward. So we kind of left off here. If you're new, I'm gonna explain to you what the bars are and how that works. So here's that zone. I put the zone in there for you, and I projected it forward so you can kind of see that movement because we concluded here, and there was a reason why I did that. And if you notice, here's your rotation back up. All right, so right into the static zone. There's the lower part. Let me go ahead and go on that. Here's the lower part of the scale. And there's this, of course, the center of the scale. They rotate it back into the zone. and then they of course popped out of the zone. Now this is the lower part of your scale, and that's that static. All right, and you can learn what the statics are, 55 down to 45. You can learn what they are right in that video. It's 18 minutes in total for the trend, well, for the statics, the range, and the chart scale. And then, of course, for the trend, it's about 8 minutes, and then the no touch method is about another, I want to say, 10 minutes or so. So about 40 minutes in total, you can learn how to trade. And again, this is a safe place. Trying to make sure it's a safe place for you to learn how to get profit. All right, so here we go. Lower part of the scale, there's the static zone. Now the scale adjusts. Now I want you to keep your eyes focused on the upper and the lower part of the scale because I don't have the indicator to do that. Now I just put the indicator here for the center. All right, so now the center will not move. I have you know that. So there's the upper part of the scale. All right. So the upper part of the scale, as they adjust, I put it there. All right. Now here's the upper part of the scale. Now that they're here, it came down. But keep your eyes focused here. Again, don't let these guys trick you with the movement of the scale. That's not how it works. All right. So there's the turnaround. And then, of course, they came just below the upper part of the scale. Well, the center of the scale. Here's the lower part of the scale, and there's that static, and they managed to rotate back out. Now here's the trend, and there's the trend distance. Here's the trend, there's the trend distance back down. All right, but they didn't break that uptrend. Now if you're new and you don't know what this price pattern is, I'm gonna go over it real quick. Here we go. Now, here's the bar, the current bar that's trading going up and down. You don't have to wait till it closes. If that mid falls below that low or that low is above that mid, that is a no close bar back above this one here. And the hard stop is on this one. That's what's making for the color and the level and the NC here. And that's to go down. And of course, the flip scenario is that as well. Mid here, you don't have to wait till it closes. If the bar's mid is above this high and this high is below that mid, however you understand it, this is a no close back beneath this bar, and there's the hard stop. All right, so the bar would be green or red for that scenario. And you can see we made the trend distance. Didn't get that trend distance down here, but we got the trend back up. And then, of course, here's the trend distance down over here. And then, of course, there's the turnaround to go up. All right, so the trend distance is always there. Why count a trend? So here's the 4 o'clock kind of end of day. Well, the volatility slowdown. I'll say it like that. And of course, I didn't draw it anymore. Now, here's one thing I did do. I gave you a distance here from this trend that they set. Now, I want you to just pay attention to this. Will it always be this? I can't guarantee you that, but this is something I just want you to take a look at. Now, take a look at the center, the lower part of the scale. You can pause the video. You can do all that. I didn't want to take time up and do all that. I wanted to get to the 9:30 part and then do it. All right. So now this is kind of going into the overnight, and then, of course, through the London or whatever. And now here's the overnight range. There's the overnight range here. All right. Now take a look. There's that targeted distance. They made it. All right. And that's from a little while ago. Now let's get to 9:30. Okay, there's those zones from yesterday that I drew. Again, static levels, they're always there. Price is always on the scale. Here's this morning's range. All right, now here's this morning range. Let's get to the 9:30, and then we're going to walk it all the way through, and then I'll be done. All right, so now, didn't mean to push so far. Though. Let's go over it slowly here. Let's get to the 9:30. Where is my 9:30? Okay, so 9:30, it's coming. So here's 9:28. Here's the static from the 55 up to the 65 because you're looking for shorts because you're in a downtrend. That's primarily the focus at this point. 9:30 came in, they pushed down. Now keep in mind, there's the lower part of the scale right here. I put it right there for you. And of course, when they stop, I've already got the text there because you got to keep your mind on the lower part of the scale. Now, when they push down, that's something I want you to know. When they push down, the lower part of the scale, they came back above it. All right. So, and then they jumped up near the center of the scale only to get rejected and turn around. And then they took off clearly. And when they stop, that's them stopping. That's the lower part of the scale. There's your statics. All right. So from 15 to 25 and 25 up to 35. All right. So now they took off again. When they stop, there's the lower part of the scale. Here comes your statics. Okay. So your statics is from 85 to 95, 95 to 05. And then they push off again. Now they stopped. Here's the lower part of the scale. Keep your eyes focused on the lower part of the scale. There's the static here again from 85 to 95, 95 to 05. All right. So now there's the rotation back away. And when they stop, there's the lower part of the scale coming back into the zone. And then they push down again. Now, Here's the 55. There's that 55 up to the 65 there. There's a push down into that same turn that they made yesterday. Okay. But here's the lower part of your scale when they stop. Okay. Lower part of the scale, they rotate up. There you have your static from 15 up to 25, 25 up to 35. And then, of course, they pushed out one more time. Now, here's the static down here at 55 to 45. So you have 55 down to 45. They stop. All right, now here's the lower part of your scale. They're coming up. There's the zone, tag the zone, went back to the static, tag the zone. And then, of course, they tried to go down, but it just didn't pan out. And this is where we're at currently. All right, so this is going to be for that section. And I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.